Hey everyone, this is Johnny Crass coming to you with another lore video. So first off, Happy New Year everybody. Guess we made it through. I'm going to be doing a hobby update probably in the next couple days, but that's neither here nor there. So the lore we're going to be covering today is Lore of Life. Now, Lore of Life is considered by a lot of people to be one of the stronger army book lores. I kind of disagree, and during this video I'll go over why I disagree. The armies that have access to life, who don't have to pay to have access to life, I should say, like pay extra points like demons do, it are lizards, Bretonnia, wood elves, high elves, empire, and I know I'm forgetting someone there. Yeah, I'm forgetting someone. But life can be taken by a lot of different armies. So its lore tribute is Life Bloom. Whenever a life spell is successfully cast, a friendly model within 12 inches of the wizard can regain a wound. Life Bloom, in my opinion, is one of the better lore tributes, just because, like the Vampire Lore tribute, which is almost the exact same thing, it's damage control. And damage control is fantastic as just an added benefit to any spell you're casting. So the signature spell is Earthblood, cast on an 8+, and the wizard and his unit gain a 5+ regen. It's okay. It's not great. It has a high casting cost for what it is, and it doesn't have any range. It can only go on the wizard and this unit. So the units you'd want to have it in, like frontline combat units, are not always the units you want your wizard in. So it's kind of this odd trade-off. And then you can't really put it on low-level caster because of its casting cost, unless you want to be throwing 2 or 3 dice at it, which I don't normally like to do. Next spell is Awakening of the Wood, cast on a 6+, direct damage, 18-inch range, d6 strength 4 hits, and if they're touching a forest, it's increased to 2d6. Once again, it's not that great of a spell. It's light damage, but you cannot increase its range. So it's a really up close and personal direct damage spell, and it's a really light damage spell, though it is only cast on a 6+. But it's definitely not Fireball. So yeah. Next one is Flesh to Stone. This is one of the better spells in life. Cast on an 8+, augment spell range of 24 inches, +2 toughness until your next magic phase. Great spell, turns things into incredibly durable combat machines, and it actually has good range, which is kind of rare for life. So yeah, overall it's a really good spell. Next one is Throne of Vines. Throne of Vines by itself is a bad spell, but Throne of Vines combined with other spells in the Lore of Life is really strong. So it's cast on an 8+, remains in play, augment spell that's cast on the wizard, and right away it lets him ignore miscasts on a 2+. So right away that's pretty good, but it's not great. But then it has all these other buffs, which is, if you cast it before you cast all these other spells, Earthblood goes up to a 4+ regen, Awakening of the Wood goes up to strength 6, so it can actually do something, Flesh to Stone goes up to +4 toughness, which is kind of overkill, but still nice. Regrowth is D6 plus 1 wounds. And Shield of Thorns is at strength 4. So, with Throne of Vines, you really need Lore Master just so you can exploit and use all its special rules. So, I really don't like a Life Mage that does not know all the spells in Life. So that narrows it down to Slan, Demons, and kind of High Elves. Next spell, Shield of Thorns. Once again, we're back to kind of bad life spells. Cast on a 9+, remains in play. Augment spell range of 24 inches. Any unit in base contact takes 2d6 strength 3 hits. It's like Humiliating Flame Cage, except in my mind worse. So, there's that. Regrowth. It's an okay spell. It's a wall of text, so I'm not going to read it. But pretty much what it boils down to is it's cast on a 12+, augment spell. The unit recovers D3 plus 1 wounds, with Cavalry counting as 2 wounds. So like an Empire Knight will count as, he'll count as 2 wounds. It's okay for for the armies that can't raise. But honestly, it's not that great. It gets better with Throne of Vines, but it does not get good enough to be really worth anyone's time in my mind. You're only bringing back a few models, though it is great to heal monsters and big Gribblies. That's where it gets amazing, because with Life Bloom and Regrowth, you can pretty much ignore a cannon shot. Like, your monster's sitting at 1, and then with Life Bloom and Regrowth, you can bring it up to about 5 again. So, that's where it's fairly good, but overall it's not great. And then, of course, the infamous Dwellers Below. Cast on an 18+, range of 12 inches. Every model in a unit has to take a strength test or be slain. No saves. And you can extend the range to 24 inches, and it increases its casting value. Dwellers is good, but in my mind, Dwellers is really situational. Against, like, the Khorne Bloodletter army, you're not going to kill very many, because they're all strength 5 base, and they don't really care. I mean, yes, against elves, you'll kill handfuls of elves, and you might even snipe a few characters. But Dwellers is really unreliable. The thing I like, and I talked about in the metal video, is Final Trans is reliable. You know what it what it works on, and that'll always remove a third of the unit statistically. Dwellers is very random. Dwellers, you may have everyone pass their strength test and you kill like 2 models. Or you may have unit just completely whiff and you kill the majority of the unit and grab a character. But Dwellers is random enough to where I don't feel comfortable with it being my failsafe crutch. Now, its range also hurts it. Being a 12-inch range basic cast means you're probably going to get a cast of it off. And its boost is pretty high, but its boost is fairly good. But still, it's really short range for what it does. So, all in all, in the Lore of Life, I'm not a huge fan of it, just because I think you need Lore Master to even make it work for you. And too many people are relying on Dwellers Below to win them their games, which is, in my mind, a mistake. I don't think it is the most competitive tournament lore by a long shot. I'd actually put it near the bottom of the Big Red Book lores, just because of how unreliable some of the spells are. Now, it does have a great lore tribute, which kind of makes up for it, but overall, not a great SIG, and like half the spells in the lore are duds. So that is my review of Lore of Life. Please like and subscribe, leave comments below. I always answer my comments, I always get back to you. So, yep, until next time, this is Johnny Crass. Goodbye.